Hello, hello. It is March 27th. Welcome to log 62, and it's 9:17 p.m. Not too bad. Okay, so I don't think I have nearly as much to say today as I did yesterday. Yesterday was a lot. It was exciting. It was a good lot. Um, Today was day one of week 9, which I gotta say, there's been a lot of loud, annoying noises on campus tonight, and it's really getting at me. But anyway, week 9, it was, yes, recovering a sense of compassion, which I thought was like, okay, cool, be nice to myself. That's exactly what I was doing. I'm already ahead of the game. Yeah, I might as well take 2 weeks on this straight up because it said this is going to be one of the most challenging weeks. It said straight, like right off the bat, you may want to abandon ship. And you wanna know why? It's because we are addressing the nitty gritty of artist blocks. You know? The procrastination, the avoidance, the fear. The fear and the insecurity and the resentment. All of those, like, the juicy, dark, grungy emotions that are sitting in the back of your brain that you don't want to listen to. Or that, well, you listen to them, but you just don't want to talk about them. Yeah, so I'm dealing with those. And I've said for a very long time that one of my biggest character flaw is procrastination. Because I was a chronic procrastinator. Everything was left to the last minute. And at a certain point, it just turned into an extreme sport. Because, I mean, I was used to it, and it was kind of fun, you know? Well, also, literally, you could not get me to do my work ahead of time. It was, like, basically fueled on adrenaline. Um, it's interesting, though, because I'm really not... I've stopped procrastinating. That, like, I don't know when it happened, sometime this semester, like, very recently. But all of a sudden, I'm planning to... I do things ahead of time, kind of on the regular. That's weird. That's kind of crazy. Dude, I kid you not, I've been procrastinating my entire life. Like, since elementary school. That there's something emotional. There was some sort of connection. Something changed in my priorities and my values, and now I don't procrastinate anymore. Well, not as much. We'll get to that. I had 2 things today that were on my to-do list that I did not want to do. I didn't address why I didn't want to do them. I just knew that I wanted to avoid them like the plague, even though I was like, oh no, I'll do those today. But as soon as time came for me to do that, it was like, oh, but I should do this instead, or I should do this first before I start. And then it's like, before I start, and then it's like 7 o'clock, and I have done nothing. So I did an hour of the one thing, and I postponed the other thing to tomorrow because it was kind of more practical that way. Okay, so overall today, it was confusing. I fluctuated between being really proud of myself and hyping myself up, and then being really mean and ashamed of myself and being very mean. Like, we hit the polar opposites a lot today. There was a lot of turbulence. That's a good word for it. Yeah, I don't know why, but I'm chalking it up to this week. I have a feeling this is going to be a big hurdle for me. This is kind of a big personal one. So maybe I'm just gonna go insane for a few days, and I'll come out of it feeling more balanced and myself and capable of things, maybe. And like maybe I'll beat myself up a little less because that would be great. I'm getting good. I'm getting much better at it. But the better I get, the more I realize how used to how much I adapted to such a horrible mentality. Like I thought that was normal. I had no issues with it consciously. My chronic illness will tell you otherwise. But that's getting better too now. We're making our way, but it is still here. It's still there. And I'm catching myself. I'm slowly becoming more aware of it, I guess, throughout the day. Like if I start messing with my hair, or if I start scratching or something, it's like, oh, I'm being mean again. This morning, I was writing the morning pages, and 3 times in the 2 pages I was writing, I caught myself. And I was like, what? Calm down. What? Like, straight out of bed, man. Oh, jeez. Like, and I think today I was a little more overthinky today. I'm not totally sure why, but I have a theory. And I think it's because I didn't really give myself a lot of personal time to calm down last night, like to really wind down. And I had mentioned in my last log how I was starting to get a little stressed near the end of the day. I got pretty wound up because it was, a big, awesome work day. And then, I watched a movie and I watched that, and it was like, not things that replenish the energy, It was like stuff I didn't really want to do, kind of, and I like personal drawing. That's what it is. Okay. Because I was painting again today, and I was like trying really hard to get into it, to get into the expressive stuff, but I was painting something that I had already started. I wasn't inventing anything new. Like, sure, I was coloring it more, making it nicer, and like I do like how it looks. Don't get me wrong, it's great. Speaking of though, my like paint doodle thing that I made yesterday, showed it to my professor today, and she was actually like really impressed, and that was cool. So I think that's neat, and it fits the pattern. Anytime I have fun and I just mess around and I say screw the rules, it gets the most positive feedback. And usually there would start the loop again where I'd be like, oh, now I have to try really hard to get it like that. But that I didn't try when I made the nice one. So, the little loop of like doing the wrong thing to get the right product kind of thing, but it like never actually comes out the right way because it wasn't like the pure inspiration in the first one. Stuff like that we are not doing anymore, ideally. Yeah, so I think I woke up, I slept in a bit because I needed it. And by that, again, I say slept in, but I got out of bed at 9:30. That's not bad at all. I'm just being tough on myself because I want to wake up at 6:30 and rise and grind every day. Yeah. So, woke up later, and then I think, I was still kind of in work mode from last night, I think. And I thought of my to-do list straight out of bed. Can't have that. Work needs boundaries. I need those times in the day where I realize, oh, there's more to life than my to-do list. Let's be a human again. And like, chill out. Grounding myself. I didn't ground myself, and you know what? I felt a little floaty today. In like the zoned out workaholic-ish mode. But I caught myself in like the middle of the day. I was like, oh my gosh, where are my timers? When have I didn't start a timer for my painting or anything like that. So started that, and then I think that I got myself out of it. I actually woke up, realized that, I need a little more direction right now. Like I'm feeling a little sludgy, feeling a little down on myself. Now, in hindsight, I could have used a little more personal encouragement, because I was still kind of beating myself up here and there throughout the day. But then I was also seriously hyping myself up in between that. It was a very high and low thing. I don't know. But there was one task in that, like, not a real task, but it was one of those exercises you gotta do within the reading, where you take one project that you know you're blocked on, you know you're procrastinating, and write down what you're resenting about it, what scares you, and then just check over it again, and then write down what benefits you would get from not doing it. And then you have to sign your name, like, to your creativity and say, you take care of the quality, I'll take care of the quantity. And you gotta sign my name and it's taped up on my wall now. Hopefully that'll help. I think it has, because I mean, I did do work on it today. Yeah. It's just really hard to keep my thoughts straight right now because my roommates are watching something in the other room and it's really loud. Kind of wondering how I'm going to be relaxing a little bit tonight. Because I am still in that work mode as well. I did do some doodling though. I mean, I did keep up with my breaks. I did. And, like, I'm acting like I didn't do a lot, but I did. Still on track to post the comic. And editing is going. It's going. That's what matters. And I will... Oh, right. Yeah, the thing I was putting off. That is going to be tomorrow. I have to drive to a city, which is probably an hour and a half drive from here, and drop off my painting, which is really cool. I wired it up, and it's going to a show, another show, and then I have to, probably on my way there, go to another museum and pick up 4 paintings from a show that just ended. So, like, kind of some big shot tasks I have to do tomorrow. But it involves a lot of driving, and that will take up a lot of time. And I haven't driven to the city before, so, like, I don't feel like doing that. But I will. And I finally wrote out a big fat to-do list. Ready? That's what it's called. Big fat to-do list. I don't know if the camera focused or not, I'll feel like checking. But the things, yeah, I somewhat color-coded it. Yeah, and I did some stuff. Yeah, I do think for the most part I still handled today really well. I think if I didn't have the timers, if I faced this kind of day a month ago, I would have beat myself up relentlessly for the entire day. And I would have probably spun out and not gotten nearly as much stuff done. And I would have had a miserable time doing it. And I probably would work till 11 or something. But yes, I would love to get on with my night. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have a few things I'd like to do. I have a movie I'd like to watch. I have a show I'd like to rewatch. But I'm also a little tempted to paint for fun, like watercolor or something. Because I had a really fun time doing it today, and I feel like I was just a little too stressed to fully enjoy it, and I feel like I'm missing something, you know? Okay, yeah, now I have loud car revving, loud show, and the loud AC just turned on. So I think that's my cue to start over the night. Yeah, whatever it is I'll be doing tonight, it's going to involve music or audio or something, because I need to tune all of this out for a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, this week it's gonna be exposing, I think. Because I've always procrastinated, but I've never really faced it head on consistently. Like, I've always avoided certain things, but I've never addressed why I avoid them. I know how I avoid them, but the why has never been fully addressed, I don't think. And I think it's going to reveal some more truths. It's gonna be fun. But it will also be fun, like genuinely, not sarcastically, because I love self-discovery and discovery in general, and it's fascinating. So, yep, that's that. See you in log 63, where I will have driven to a city and done some things, and hopefully I'll be more relaxed than I am now. Yeah.